Zanster. To the top left-hand side, our red Zerg player here on Acid Plant is Namshar. Bottom right-hand side, the blue Zerg player from Psystorm Gaming is Zanster. So how's everyone feeling in the chat? We all feeling good? We hyped for this finals? Yeah, pretty small stream today. Yeah, pretty small stream today. I thought towards the end of the stream it might hit up towards 500, 600 viewers, but it's been pretty small, pretty quiet. It's okay. Again, I'm going to be gone the next few days, but only because you can watch me on other streams elsewhere, covering other events. When I come back from that, we are going to be all, full steam ahead in terms of commentating even more StarCraft 2 and casting pretty much every single day here on the channel. We've got a lot of events lined up. WardiTV weekly series, the Team Liquid map contest obviously fills up an entire week of content for us as well. And we're going to be casting all of that. Well, eventually we're going to bring you guys a WardiTV weekly season 4 finals as well. The first season finals of 2018. That'll probably be happening probably after Katowice and before some other event which will probably happen in March as well. It'll probably be happening around March basically is what I'm going to say. As you do just see Zanster's setting up here, getting ready to go, and just going to see a drone and an overlord on the way on each side of the map. Really nothing too crazy yet. Fairly standard stuff for Acid Plant, Hatch Gas Pool, early aggression. Always set up into the Zerg versus Zerg. Now Namshar's ZvZ lately has been pretty freaking terrifying. You think about the fact that he took down Scarlet a couple of times over to advance through to the round of 16 of WCS Leipzig. Zanster, I wouldn't say has had as much of an impact. I'm not really sure who did Zanster beat in his WCS group before falling to Neeb. Let me have a quick look on the Eligulax. Eligulac, what have you to say about Zanster? Zanster. Let's have a look here. Zanster did beat... he beat XY, of course. He lost to Neeb 1-2 twice, actually, Zanster. That's pretty sick. Zanster's ZvZ hasn't looked great, if I'm going to be honest, lately. Losing to Stefano, for example. I guess he did beat Lambo already today, though, which is pretty impressive. But I just really feel like Namshar's ZvZ is just so good. It was the matchup I feel as though Namshar's always been extremely good at, and obviously right now it seems to be on form, taking Scott down twice. As we do see a few things from Namshar just coming through the center of the map, setting up and seeing what they maybe perhaps can do. Cozy stream, yeah. Small cozy little stream here, just a quick one to keep you guys entertained while I'm back home for a day or two. It's nice, right? It's nice, as Cyril would say. There was one moment this weekend, by the way, where there was a Cyril interview, and I was 99% sure he's about to say, it's nice. Like, it feels like, how does it feel? And he was about to say, it's nice. But he didn't actually say it. He said, like, it feels good. It was really fun. Anyways, Lings are coming in from Zanster, but there is Banes from Namshar to respond to this, to push this away. As this all-Swedish final is starting to get into the high-action phases. Oh, a few Lings sneak in towards the natural mineral line, which Namshar does not immediately have something to deal with, so he loses 5 workers in the end. And well, he starts these Lings to deal with too, as Zanster seems to be able to start pushing through. A few more drones on the way up. This Queen has gone down. We're going to see the extra Lings from Namshar streaming now, but 7 workers killed. And those Lings have actually got quite a lot done here in the end. Going to get another couple of lower health drones here towards the end too, it seems. That's just nice. 9 workers killed, up by 7. As Namshar goes across the map to counterattack, obviously, and to put his own Lings that he just made to use. Well, he is kind of down by 7 workers, but making 6 drones while, Zanster obviously has to make units. Zanster going into a roach run though. Now, he does have an Evo chamber coming up. Doesn't look as though he's actually planning to make just a ton of roaches into attack, as he has moved in a few Banes as well. So, initially it looked as though maybe he could have built 10 roaches in attack before the +1 of Namshar, but now doesn't seem to be going for that. Just making Ling Bane to defend this Ling Bane of Namshar, and then it will be going into his own +1 missile attack himself. And there it is, starting that up nice and quickly, and the roaches should be starting to come out over the next few moments, really. Overlord of Namshar gets taken down, actually throws him into a supply block here. Zanster down in work count now, but has a lot of army. That will help a lot, as Namshar He's about to finish his roach run. I mean, his army supply will be buffered up by that quite a bit if he starts to make some roaches. So far, neither player actually making roaches, and neither player going lair for a roach speed or anything like that either. Both of them just sticking on kind of lairless ZvZ at the moment, so kind of low-tech Link-Bane roach with just a +1 missile upgrade. You might even see Carapace upgrade coming in after this, just because you can't start +2 missiles until that lair is in play. Sling's moving around once again. They're going to try and jump in here. They're going to go for a little bit of a drone attack, but don't quite find it just yet. Just still seeing these Zerglings continue to fight, and they do pick off a couple. Nicely done there by Namshar. And these units still coming out towards the third base. A lot more Lings and Banes in the center of the map for Zanster. These Queens continue to set up too, and just pushing creep out as both players are up to 3 bases. Zanster back into a worker lead, but that's because he's droning, whereas Namshar is purely looking towards roach production. 42 to 53 workers, and Namshar just a bit ahead on army supply, but can he actually do something with it? Like, can he attack at a time that's going to be significant with these roaches? Zanster's already thrown into a lair as well, so he's probably looking towards roach speed and, you know, maybe going in towards +2 as well. And this run by is already going to force Namshar to turn around for a little bit and to pull back here to deal with this. Nice Ravager morph to save one of those roaches and to get more out of it, but now he definitely won't make it across the map in the immediate future, and by the time he does, +1 is going to be done from Zanster. With +1 being done for Zanster, he's also going to have the potential Zanster to just get a whole bunch more roaches out. And honestly, Zanster is looking fantastic in this game, number 1, because Namshar is about to push across. He's even going to be attacking in towards a spine crawler here. That's how well set up Zanster is to defend against this at the moment. It's looking very, very good here for our Blue Zerg playing this Swedish Zerg showdown in today's grand finals of the WardiTV Weekly. I see a few Lings momentarily thinking about coming up top once again. More Lings as Zanster going to be running through there. He's going to be seeing some corrosive battles coming down. A couple of shots onto that spine. Lings hit this mineral line, and already drones are disappearing. He's going to see more Zerglings and Namshar coming through to see what they can get up to as well. As here we go. A few more corrosive battles coming down. We are going to see the spine getting rid of, but well, Zanster just has so much behind this as well. He's already going into roach speed. Now Namshar's like, oh crap, well this isn't working. Time to kind of desperately start up my own lair. Starting to get that ready to go here. So we're going to see another couple corrosive battles coming down. We're still pushing forwards. I'm just going to be seeing a Ravager, just about halfway dead. Now they're getting picked off just there. There's a couple more corrosive battles. We'll pick off that Overlord. We're about to finish up here, as we're going to see again. +1 Carapace on the way, another Evo Chamber coming down behind the Natural. And roach speed is still just on the way up. It's going to be finishing so very soon here. That will give just Zanster a little bit more of an opportunity to move around and to attack here and there. Maybe he looks to get aggressive with the roach speed. In fact, yes he does. Already starting to move across, and just pure roach. Who needs Ravagers when you've got 50 roaches to the 13 roaches and 5 Ravagers of your opponent? I like it as well. Zanster taking a few more moments just to be safe and to get a better surround rather than attacking just from one location. And here we go, now pushing forwards. Zanster's going to start pushing in towards this third base, and Namshar just does not have anywhere near enough to really be able to deal with this. As we see the Extractor going down, a couple of corrosive battles dropping as well. And these roaches just jumping on top of all of those roaches and Ravagers. Getting rid of all of them. I mean, drones pulling in will not do a lot. A little bit of a Bane counterattack here comes in and gets a lot of works of Zanster. But it really is all he gets, and he just doesn't have a way to clean up that Zanster army. Zanster takes game 1 of this best of 5. I'm not really sure what to make of Acid Plant in a lot of ways. We do see the bottom right hand side, the red Zerg player is Namshar. He's going up against the blue Zerg to the upper left hand side. From Storm Gaming, it is Zanster. Cancels the Overlord here. Obviously, made a second one for no real reason, bit of a mistake. Needs to be a little bit careful about that. Obviously, you don't want to make a second Overlord too soon. As we just get set to go into this game. Wait to see what happens is hatch gas pool comes down a piece, and we have a nice little calm start up here for the very early stages of this, at the very least for now. Which is nice. I personally do approve. As Overlord comes in towards the upper left-hand side. Working its way up there, there's Overlord and Namshar, just slowly doing the same. I haven't even put the scoreboard up. Go on, Wardy. Quit slacking. $100 up for grabs today. 75-25 split between the two. We'll see how this goes. Abyssal Grief is a grey map, however you want to see Frozen Temple return. Frozen Temple was cool, but I don't think it was a good map. In a lot of ways. I actually kind of liked it a lot. It was probably my favourite of that map pool. But I think there's a lot that was flawed with Frozen Temple. Yeah, the thing is, Frozen Temple is just very similar to Catalyst. Like, if you look at it, the one big difference is that there's... the main base is positioned a bit differently. So it's like, imagine like Frozen Temple would have like the main base here, then the natural here, and then the third base down here. So the main base is a little bit different, but the setup beyond that is very similar, with like one very fast pathway to attack on, and a couple of longer pathways to attack on as well, if attack paths into the third and fourth. I like Frozen Temple, but I feel as though it can be repeated. I feel as though Catalyst brings a similar feel to that Frozen Temple brought in. Maybe a bit more standard Catalyst than Frozen Temple, but I definitely feel there's some similarities. Make a new underwater map? I'd love to see a new underwater map. Watching the animations, the death animations on some of the things on Abyssal Reef was probably one of the best things about StarCraft 2 over the last year. It was pretty sick at times. It was pretty sick. Anyways, just going to be seeing Lings chasing Lings at the moment, as we do see the extra Lings coming up top. We're going to be seeing Namshar just pulling up here as well. We're just going to be seeing that Bane lane on the way down right now from Zanster, about to finish up in this natural expansion. So Zerglings and Namshar still just trying to poke and prod to see what else it can get up to. More Lings up through the center here at the moment, and we are just going to be seeing those units still gathering over to the left-hand side. Bane and Nest is about halfway done, as those Lings are going to come up and through those rocks, and just going to be trying to see what else they can do now. More Lings still looking around here. As we are going to see those Zerglings of Namshar coming forwards, and just going to be looking to try and do a little bit more. More Lings of Zanster coming in and just picking away at a couple more units as well. It's doing a pretty good job of this for now. A little bit of trading, a little bit of skirmishing. Zanster is ahead on the work account, and Namshar doesn't feel as though he's getting a lot done. He's even morphing in Banes on his own side of the map defensively, so can't even really get aggressive with those at the moment. Just dropping down another Crypt Teamer at the front here for the moment. Just going to be seeing this Overlord moving over to the right hand side. I'm just going to be seeing the Zerglings all the way up the right to try and just do a little bit more. A couple of Lings coming around the left hand side as well. Gonna see what else is happening, and just gonna be seeing Namshar still just poking and prodding around. One Baneling goes off, and well, the game's stabilizing a little bit, but just look at the lead that Zanster's got. +1 missile attack upgrade is already well on the way. The Lair is on the way up too. The Roach Roaring about 70% of the way done as well. Bane goes off, we're just going to be seeing the Lings still skirmishing here and there. Just going to be seeing these extra Lings of Namshar still pushing forwards and still trying to see what else can maybe happen. Still to try and pick up some damage. And those Banes coming around the side though. Again, Zanster just has everything a little bit faster here, like slightly faster drone counts, slightly faster +1 missile, slightly faster roach speed as well. That's Queen of Zanster right now, picking away through this Overlord. Doing quite a bit of damage to it, and Just going to see those Zerglings as Zanster as well, coming down the left-hand side. Try and run into... Well, see a 4th base coming down, was just a few moments off of maybe denying that, which would have been kind of nice. Picks off 1 drone, now 2 already. As you can see the Banes continue to come forwards as well, and well, 2 Lings getting picked off. And for Zanster, this is a very low number of units, right? So it's not really anything too crazy here. You know, to lose out on. And to get a little bit of damage done economically is fantastic as well. Namshar cleans up those Lings in the end as Roach Speed starting from Zanster. Namshar doesn't even have a Roach Drone yet. He throws down a Spire too. I wonder if Namshar is just going to be in trouble, because Zanster right now looks as though he's going to hit with kind of like +1 in Roach Speed shortly. He's building a lot of Roaches, and there's not really any reason for Namshar to not go across, you know, to kind of not build, you know. There's not really any reason for, I guess, Zanster to not move across the map and at least try to position himself and to see what maybe he can pick up, right? You're going to see a few Banes of Namshar here and there going to try and join this fray, but the Roaches, of course, will not care about that too much. And I really feel like Namshar's been a bit too greedy here. +1 Carapace and the Spire. I mean, this is what, like 350 gas on its own. That, I mean, 350 gas. We're talking about like 14 more Roaches there. That's, you know, not quite all the Roaches that Zanster has in favor of him, or, you know, in his favor. But it's a good chunk, and he definitely would help out a little bit. We're just coming down the right side, some Lings coming down the left as well. They're going to be running in, starting to work their way through that hatchery. More Lings of Namshar coming in also here. And they're just going to be seeing these Roaches as Zanster continue to come on through. And they're going to be moving in towards this natural expansion now. Start dealing a little bit of damage to Zanster, getting in towards the natural. He's also still starting to run some units in towards the 3rd base again. There's a couple of Lings chasing down Banes at the moment. He's going to get the Bane nest of his opponent. Zanster's doing a good job of being kind of connected together compared to Namshar. He's just a little bit kind of split apart on his units as they spawn out of bases especially. Right now, Zanster feels as though he might just have enough anyway. I mean, the meters are on their way up, but if you just kill this many workers already, that obviously could become a huge issue here. 17 workers going down, 20 workers going down, and I mean, the Roaches will continue to drop as well here. That's Namshar's issue. He's also losing units while also losing his economy. I mean, the meters will eventually be able to clean this up, but the damage is really already being done. I mean, maybe a couple more workers go down during this fight, another Roach or 2 as well. As those Roaches continue to run away off over to the left-hand side, and the meters and Roaches of Namshar continue to chase down to get another kill or so. King gets picked off, and this is going to be seen while Zanster already has extra Roaches arriving on Namshar's side of the map, and Namshar is going to be dropping game 2. And for me, Namshar was the favorite going into this series, but right now Zanster is just playing so well. He's going to go 2-0 up in this best-of-5 grand final, and he's just going to be 1 map away from taking this into a, final game potentially. If he can win 1 more, he could win this, and that would be huge for him. These Roaches are going to come back down in towards the natural. And, well, drones just transferred. I mean, the thing is, the mutant count just isn't, you know, high enough to really clean up the Roaches fast enough. So the Roaches just keep rallying across the map, dealing more economic damage, picking away at drone after drone. And doing a very good job of all of that. As we are just going to be seeing those couple of workers continue to get picked away at here. And that's just about going to be it. More Roaches towards the bottom left-hand side. Another Roach goes down, and Zanster really does just have a little bit too much right now, and Namshar is trying his best to clean this up and get back in, but I mean, more Roaches rally in towards the natural. At some point here, Namshar's going to realize it's just a little bit too much. GG and well played is called, and Zanster of Namshar versus Zanster we have to the top right-hand side. Our Red Zerg player Namshar is down 0-2. He is going to be up against the aggression of Zanster in this 3rd game on Blackpink. The 13-12 from our Psystorm Gaming Zerg. Zanster in blue to the bottom left. Let's see how this goes. 5 image tackle stuff, by the way, for the Tier 14 during that last game. Appreciate it, bro. Hope you're doing well. As you can see, these Zerglings popping out and starting to move across the map here to see what they can get up to. Sling's starting to move across towards the upper right-hand side, and, well, here we are, just waiting to see Namshar's response. His Overlord sees it for the first time now, so he knows what's going on. Obviously, he doesn't know exactly, you know, what this is. You know, is it 13-12? Is it 12 pool? Is there a hatchery? Is it 13-12 where you pull out a gas at 100? No, it isn't. You keep mining, you get a Banner Nest as well. So it really is the all-in version here from Zanster. Pretty much as all-in as you can get. Also, you are going to be seeing this settling, starting to work against the hatcheries, starting to work their way through this right now. As you are going to see this queen on the way up, and well, drones are pulled down to deal with this right now. We're going to see the lings going to be dancing with those drones just a little bit for now. A couple more lings popping out here. We are going to see the lings picking up one more kill and another kill as well. One Zergling does get picked off there from Zanster, but he did a good job so far. And obviously now his Bane Nest is about to finish. He doesn't want to lose too many more units before his Banelings are up, because they're going to enable him to engage so much more, well, just so much more effectively over the next few minutes here. As he pulls up to the high ground to really try and hide these away. As actually, does that Queen just pick up the Overlord? Namshar's supply block because of the Queen on the Overlord. That's a huge deal here. Namshar going too far into this base and getting punished for it. And now, while those Banes are really going to start making the difference in these fights, multiple spines coming up as Namshar realizes that, hey, I am in trouble. First Baneling goes off, gets a good amount of Zerglings here. Second Baneling will come in and will actually just chase down drones, but those drones are in some trouble as well. Now it's around on the spine crawlers. We're going to see the drones going towards the queens, and we will see this first spine crawler still being transfused and still being kept alive for a little bit longer here. Namshar's still already losing a lot of workers though, especially because he had to build up so many spines. It means that his worker count's a little bit weak, because he obviously invested workers into building the spine crawlers. And the spine over here is moving around as well. At the end of this though, Namshar is redrawn, and it looks as though with the double spine up, he's going to be okay. I was just going to be seeing these feelings just kind of moving around still. Another couple of Banes moving forwards to try and do a little bit more. Four more drones on the way up as we see the hatchery from Zanster coming down on the natural expansion. Thing is though, Zanster's got a little bit of catching up to do with this late of a natural. Not going to be easy. I mean, maybe you can try to apply a little bit more pressure with a little bit more Ling Bane play, but well, with double spine crawl up in the natural, that's going to be the issue. I mean, how do you actually do anything when there's double spine here and you just don't have that many units? Like, the spines are a big investment, but for Namshar in this game, they are definitely paying off so far. On the way up from Zanster at the moment is going to be seeing the natural hatchery. Will be finishing up very soon as well. Still just a little bit of Ling Bane gathering together. Baneling nest of Namshar starts to get set up over here as well. Just some more Zerglings coming through the center of the map to try and see what they can do as well. Namshar comes and tries to run in towards the natural as we see one Bane goes off and picks those two Lings up. Nicely done there as you see this layer is coming up to being about 75% of the way done. Well, what does Zanster do from this stage? Obviously, it's not an easy position to play from. I guess with this faster layer, you have to be thinking like maybe just a Spire right away. Could make some sense. So you see Namshar just coming down from this ramp and again just moving around here and there looking to see what's up and what's going on. As you just see those Lings are going to be moving back once again. Spire on the way up here from Zanster, so that does begin. And it's going to be his way to try and get back in this game from what wasn't maybe enough damage early. Very hard to judge overall as you're going to be seeing, oh my god, Namshar gets the scout into the main base. I mean, that is huge. He gets to see the Spire. That's really fantastic for him. He is going to see this drone building up a road drawer now. This evolution chamber going to be finishing as well, so well, I mean, crazy, right? I mean, just going to be going in towards the roaches and the lair himself, but seeing the Spire just gives him such an opportunity to just, well, react to it. As you're going to see this Queen get stopped from attacking this Overlord. Zanster will commit onto it to get the Queen kill, and he actually gets away with the four Lings as well, so he can move around with them. As we're going to be seeing a Spire finishing soon, but right now he's still just droning en masse. I guess to finish his saturation on two bases, plus then he has to go and take a third hatch at some point. That's one of the advantages that Namshar can take, because those mutants are not going to be on the map just yet, and so there's no way to really shut them down at the current moment in time. A few more Lings coming down to see maybe just what they can get up to here. See maybe what indeed is going to be next as we see more Zerglings off Zanster going to be running over to the right-hand side of the map. Hydra's Den on the way down from both players at the moment. +1 missile attack from Namshar. He's currently still just on the way up. And again, those Lingers just seeing what they can do as well in the next moment or so. Another couple of Banes morphing in, and we are just going to be seeing... Again, splitting up a little bit at the moment here to try and see what else they can do. Another hatchery on the left-hand side of the map, more meters coming up, and again, just moving forwards. Looking to see what's going to happen. Well, if the meter's out, we get to start seeing how Zanster is going to play this, but of course, again, he's definitely playing from the deficit. If this haven't been scouted and all, it's not an easy position for him to play from, so I'm intrigued to see how he approaches it moving forwards. In the next couple of minutes, I guess we'll have to see a little bit of how this is going to go. But obviously, again, Namshar's just so well prepared for these mutalisks. He already has spores in position, Queen's coming through, and well, both players throwing down the lurker dens as both of them wanted to make that transition into lurkers. Obviously, Namshar kind of going in towards the Hydralisk Den initially, just wants to kind of get Hydras up to push back the meters, but once the meters are pushed back, the lurkers will be a big part of his composition as well, whereas Zanster, he's only going to make as many Hydras as he wants to make into lurkers generally, otherwise it's just a bit too expensive or too flimsy of an army for him on the ground, as he is already just on the meters in the sky, right? I guess he doesn't even have a roach roar on those, so maybe he does play... I just don't know what he does play with the lurkers then. He does play just Hydra Lurker. That'd be weird though, it's very expensive and again, flimsy composition. I feel somewhat easily taken down in a lot of scenarios. Zanster does find an Overlord though to the left hand side, and all said and done, there is, there is advantages which Zanster does still have. Well, maybe not advantages, but the game isn't as far apart as maybe I made it out to be at points. But Namshar does hold some certain advantages himself. For example, the +1 missile attack is soon to turn into a +2/+1 upgrade lead. I mean, that's huge, right? So that's already a huge part of this, and just having Roach Hydra in general as well, I think it's a lot better than whatever on earth Zanster's going to end up building, because I'm still trying to figure out what he is going to be building, because I don't know what you do to support these lurkers if you don't have a Roach Roaring. He goes into an infestation pit now, so maybe he just wants to play super defensively, use the meters to kind of keep Namshar pinned back on his side of the map, although, that really won't happen for too much longer because of just how this game's going, as he actually starts to jump on top of this Queen already. And then pulls away nice and quickly once again. And so you're just going to be... continue to move on into this, yeah. You're also going to be seeing the music coming in. Well, it's not a good start for them. The Hydra's able to pick them off pretty quickly, and Namshar has a huge supply lead going into this at the moment. That's going to be pretty troublesome right now as he does push in towards the lurkers, but he just has way too much Namshar. I think we sort of saw this coming. And that is going to be, well, pretty much it for now. I mean, Zanster just doesn't have an answer to this game. I mean, his early opening, he got off to a decent start, but it didn't follow through with enough damage in the end, and that really was the biggest issue, is right now there's one lurker left over. Namshar, he does not care. That last corrosive bile, and it will get taken down. A few more corrosive biles coming in, and there's going to be the end of this base. And so Namshar will take a map here. He'll bring himself back a point on the scoreboard. Now it's a 2-1 scoreline for Zanster. Still match point for him, and we'll see what he wants to try and do going into map number 4 here. So you're going to be seeing Abiogenesis for that 4th map. Could be a very aggressive one. GG is called, and Namshar will take map 3. Let's go into this and see what happens. The bottom right-hand side, the red Zerg player, it is Namshar. Going up against the blue Zerg top left-hand side. Gets here it for Zanster. As we get set up into this and ready to go, I'm excited to see just how this is going to start to look here over the next few moments. Let's see how this will end up going. As Gaspel hatched, kind of like a defensive into potentially aggressive build after, which is pretty cool for this map because it is very small rush distance, and I think very likely you're going to be all in a lot on this map, or early pooled, early gas pooled. So I think, you know, a lot of maps you can hold those off with hatch first because you have a lot of time for lings to cross the map. But on this map, it's really not going to be the case, as you're going to be seeing these few lings on the way out, and they're going to be moving out. Where am I flying from? I'm flying from Newcastle, because that's where I live. I wish I lived in London just for the airports. Well, Newcastle Airport's pretty good for most places, because I can fly to Amsterdam and then wherever I need to transfer to, or, you know, for example, like Heathrow, and then transfer to wherever I need to. But some places, for example, going to Leipzig, I have to get some really shitty flights to transfer places, so there's the one downside. It's not that bad, though. Anyways, we're going to be just seeing a few lings coming down towards the low ground here, and Zanster just sending these early lings across, looking to do something. Namshar got a couple of lings across as well, but he isn't really doing much with his couple. And, well, Zanster at least picks up a single drone kill, and now will turn away to get out of here. Namshar has actually not got ling speed yet, so bypassing ling speed right away might just look to go straight into a very fast lair, potentially. Or even just straight in towards roaches and the +1 missiles. If you can get away with bypassing ling speed, this could work very well for him. Lings coming in from Zanster, looking to try and fight a little bit. Here's a couple of queens coming in. They are going to be able to get rid of 2 lings, 3 lings right away. It's a nice defense from Zanster here, who is still a match point, remember, in this series. Still is just 1 map away from taking that victory. There's a circling of Namshar currently on the way back down to the south side. As you're going to see the Rotron and the Evolution Chamber setting up at the front. So again, just bypassing the initial Ling Bane phase. Namshar trying to get set up into the Roach style a lot faster, and to take advantages with that, moving forwards now. So Dr. Philip, been more than 2 weeks since he last checked the channel. Did he miss much? Probably the biggest thing he missed out on was the WardiTV Team League Season 8 preseason. We had some really great games there, which was pretty cool. Yeah, we had some really good games in the Team League Season 8 preseason. Other than that, not really. I was awake to casting WCS just this last weekend, so I didn't actually stream myself for about a week or so. Just going to see those couple of queens pushing this Overlord away, and again, more lings of Zanster coming down the left-hand side and seeing what he can do. Oh, he's going to catch a couple of queens right away. It's a good start right now. There isn't actually many units up at all for Namshar, and because he's not really ready for this Evo Chamber is going to go down pretty quick, and there's no queens to really transfuse up this Spine Crawler because the first 2 queens got picked away at so quickly. Only 3 roaches on the way right now. As this Evo Chamber is thrown at the front, is going to go down. Honestly, I think Banes to bust down this Warlock is not a bad idea, because look at what he can do once he's in here. I mean, this Spine Crawler is annoying, but it's not going to last forever. And once it goes down, those roaches are kind of popping out 1 or 2 at a time. That's not really helping out either. Banes are going to run up into the main base to do a little bit more, as we're going to be seeing those lings still trying to hunt down this queen. Trying to pick off this roach as well. I was just going to see this queen going to get picked off in a moment or 2, and just going to be seeing, well, there it goes. It does fall. Now Rotron gets picked off as well, and again, more lings just pushing on forwards, coming in to pick off another roach and Ravager, and oh man, I mean, Namshar trying to stabilize but getting more units up, but now these Banes are making their way up this ramp, and if they get in towards that mineral line, obviously that's going to be a little bit scary, but he is going to deny them. All of them go down apart from 1, but it takes 2 Bane connections to kill his drone at this stage of the game. But still, the workers on the low ground are in trouble, and Namshar is losing even more. The Great Wall of Evo Chambers was obviously not enough here. And as we saw it getting broken down with the lack of queens eventually, it's just not going to be enough. GG, Zanster takes the series 3 games to 1.